welcome back to Storytime with the Washington County Public Library. Today we're going to read some books all about cooking together. I know we just had the Thanksgiving holiday recently, and one of my favorite memories when I was a kid was cooking with my family for some of those really special meals. I hope that everyone got to help cook together in the kitchen to make that super special meal. So today we're going to start with our hello song, which has some ASL, or American Sign Language signs in it. We're going to sing it together twice so that we can really nail those signs, which ASL really helps with little learners in developing some of those fine motor skills with their hands. It can be a really easy way to work on those. So I highly recommend any little learners to try doing some of the signs with us today in this hello song. And let's get all warmed up for story time today. So it goes, hello friends, hello friends, hello friends. It's time to say hello. Hello. Let's do that one more time. Hello friends, hello friends, hello friends. It's time to say hello. Great job, everyone. Now, I'm not an expert singer by any means, and you may not be either. If you are, that's great. But singing, regardless of whether or not you're on key or on pitch, can be a really easy way to break down language for little learners, especially those that are just developing those first language skills. It helps them break down words into separate syllables with the song, and it can really help them understand how language fits together. So don't worry about how your singing is. I encourage you to sing along with Storytime songs to get better at it and to help your little one develop some of those early literacy skills. So the first story we're reading today is this wonderful book called Fry Bread, which is a Native American family story, which is written by Kevin Noble Maillard. Fry bread is food. Flour, salt, water, cornmeal, baking powder, perhaps milk, maybe sugar. All mixed together in a big bowl. Fry bread is shape. Hands mold the dough flat like a pancake, round like a ball, or puffy like Nana's softest pillow. Fry bread is sound. The skillet clangs on the stove, the fire blazes from below. Drop the dough in the skillet, the bubbles sizzle and pop. Fry bread is color. Golden brown, tan, or yellow. Deep like coffee, sienna, or earth. Light like snow and cream, warm rays of sun. Fry bread is flavor. See beans or soup, smell tacos, cheese, and vegetables, delight in honey and jam, rise to discover what brings us together. That all sounds so good. Fry bread is time. On weekdays and holidays, supper or dinner, powwows and festivals, moments together with family and friends. Fry bread is art. Sculpture, landscape, portrait, our daily craft, shared from teacher to student, a cycle of heritage and fortune. Fry bread is history. The long walk, the stolen land, strangers in our own world. With unknown food, we made new recipes from what we had. Fry bread is place. Alaska, Kansas, all the way to Maine, down to Delaware, on to Georgia, over to Oklahoma, Colorado, and California. Cities and lands we call home. Fry bread is a nation. Abenaki, Apache, Arapaho. Ojibwe, Onondaga, Oglala Sioux. Narragansett, Navajo, Nipmuc. Seminole, Shoshone, Sac and Fox. Hundreds and hundreds of tribes. Fry bread is everything. Round, flat, large, small, north, south, east, west. Brown, yellow, black, white, familiar and foreign, old and new, we come together. Fry bread is us. We are still here, elder and young, friend and neighbor. We strengthen each other to learn, change, and survive. Fry bread is you. And here we have a great recipe. Let me show you guys a little closer for Kevin's fry bread. And there's a bunch of really great instructions here. If you would like to make your own fry bread, feel free to check this book out. We have it available at the Gray branch of the Washington County Library. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this book. Fry bread is a symbol of a bunch of Native American tribes here in the U.S. And it is a tradition that is carried on throughout history. And while it may not continue throughout history, each of us can have little traditions of our own. Like for myself and my family, we always have sweet potato casserole at Thanksgiving. It may seem like a silly tradition, but it's just one of those things that continues. So I urge you to think of the traditions that you already have in your family. Especially, it's easy to think of those around the holidays. But if you don't have any that come to mind, you can always start a new tradition, like making your own fry bread. All right, friends, I've got one fun little song for us to do called The Soup is Boiling Up. And it's the tune of the classic The Farmer in the Dough. And this can be a really great way to sing as if you are making a soup or if you're making something else, and add in different ingredients. And this is an easy way to connect a word, or at least how a word sounds, with the physical object. So let's get started. The soup is boiling up, the soup is boiling up. Stir slow, around we go, the soup is boiling up. First we cook the broth, first we cook the broth. Stir slow, around we go, first we cook the broth. Now let's add some carrots, now let's add some carrots. Stir slow, around we go, and now let's add some carrots. Now we add some broccoli, now we add some broccoli. Stir slow, around we go, and now we add some broccoli. What's some other stuff we can add to our soup? Let's add some tomatoes. Now we add some tomato, now we add tomato. Stir slow, around we go, and now let's add tomato. The soup is ready now, the soup is ready now. Stir slow, around we go, the soup is ready now. Yum! Well, it was very yummy pretend soup. And I hope that if you use this song to make a soup together, that the soup you make is actually very delicious. All right, let's get started with our second book today, and it is Bilal Cooks Daal by Aisha Saeed. This is such a fun, colorful picture book all about cooking dal, which is Indian lentils. If you've never had any, I highly recommend. It's super delicious and really easy to make. But as Bilal's dad describes early on in the story, it does take a little time. But I encourage you to try some and try something new. But let's learn about Bilal and his friend as they cook dal. Bilal is biking outside with his friends when his father steps out of the house. "Bilal, it's time to begin cooking dinner," says Abu. Bilal's friends ask why they would need to start cooking so early. "This dish takes patience," Abu says. "This dish takes time." "It is the best meal of all," says Bilal. "It's dal." "What's dal like? Is it salty? Does it taste really good?" Dal is nutty and creamy and warm like soup. There are all different kinds. Come see, you can help us pick which one. They take off their shoes. They wash their hands. Bilal grabs his favorite stool. They study the colors: yellow, orange, green, brown. "Yellow," Elias says, "because yellow is sunflowers, rubber ducks, and the sun." "What else is yellow?" "And chana dal is my favorite," says Bilal. "That's the yellow one." When Abu scoops out a cup of the bright yellow dal, it clatters into the bowl. They're small like pebbles, but shaped like pancakes, and they slip through Bilal's fingers like sand. They line up the spices. Bilal breathes in the scent of turmeric, chili, and cumin. Morgan sprinkles salt. Elias tries to help. Bilal combines the spices. Abu pulls out a pot, the biggest they have. "It looks funny," Morgan frowns. "It smells funny," whispers Elias. "Do you think it will taste okay?" And suddenly Bilal is a little tiny bit worried that maybe, just maybe, his friends won't like dal at all. "Is it ready?" asks Elias. "Can we taste?" asks Morgan. "No," Abu explains. "Dal takes time. We have to wait. The flavors mix together slowly. You kids go play and we'll have fun while it cooks." They run outside to play hopscotch. Elias numbers the sidewalk to 20. "Let's make it longer, to 100, he says. "It'll definitely be done by then." So they hop, skip, and jump to the end. Caleb and Emma join too. "Let's check if it's ready. Let's go take a bite." "Not yet," Bilal says. "Dal takes time. We have to wait." They put on swimsuits, slip down the slide, and cannonball into Morgan's pool. Elias floats. Morgan dives. Some more neighborhood kids join them, and they all play Marco Polo. Have you ever played Marco Polo? It's so much fun to play in the pool. "Is the dal done?" asks Morgan. "It's got to be ready by now." Splash! Bilal squints at the sun. It's not as high in the sky. "Almost," he tells them. "Dal takes time. We have to wait." They hike through the forest and skip pebbles in the stream. The sun starts to set. As they watch fireflies glow, they hear Abu call out, "Bilal, it's almost time." They march up the cobblestone steps. They knock on the yellow door, and as loud as they can, they ask, "Is it done?" "Come see," Abu smiles and opens the door wider. The kids rush inside. Bilal lifts up the lid He peeks in the pot. Abu says, "Ready for the final steps." They dice up the onions, chop ginger, press garlic, squeeze lemons, and top it off with fresh cilantro. I love cilantro. Bilal puts out plates. Abu sets out the naan. Have you ever tried naan? It's this really delicious fluffy bread. I highly recommend you try it. The kids pull up every chair in the house. Yum! Bilal watches his friends take a spoonful of dal. "It's steamy," says Morgan. "Like soup," says Elias. "It tastes garlicky and salty and sweet." "I like the onions." "I like the lemon." And the way it's so creamy, it melts in your mouth. Dal takes time. We had to wait. But, Bilal, you were right. Dal tastes great. Bilal looks at his dad and smiles. Abu winks. "Tasty, isn't it? Like Ayami once made. My friends and I helped her once. Like you." Dal is tiny. Dal is tough. But with a little time and a lot of patience, it becomes the softest, tastiest, best thing in the whole wide world. And the best part is sharing it with your friends. That's why Bilal loves Dal so much. And it's awesome. And this book, just like Fry Bread, has a recipe for chana dal. I hope you enjoyed this book and the other one earlier, and I hope that these have inspired you to let your little ones in your life help you cook. And if either of these books sound good to you and the recipes in them, I highly recommend that you check them out. This one's available from the Jonesboro Public Library, and give these recipes a try. I know that they will be so delicious. All right, friends, I'm afraid that our time here in Storytime has come to an end. But before we go, we have to say our goodbye song, which is just like our hello song, except we use the other ASL sign for goodbye. All right, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. Bye, everyone.